So today I wanted to show you something cool that I've seen a couple people leverage, but it's a really cool little, I guess you could call it program or template that the brand has created called Hometown Heroes. So basically, you've seen in Schmidt Resources we have, and I'm going to go there real quick. If you go to Schmidt Resources and you click on your region, in our working virtual square, we have, oops, I'm sorry, not in working virtual, in our buyer and seller social media graphics, we still have probably a couple hundred graphics in here, or close to it, that you can download and use for social media in terms of, we actually took these ones from the brand. These are Coldwell Banker brand images that we made easier for you to download. Our thank yous, our real trends, a bunch of stuff here. But there's one thing that the brand have set up through BrandServe that's just easier for you guys to access here. So I want to show you what it is, how to create something, and yeah. So I'm logged into CB Exchange right now, and I'm just going to click on the BrandServe icon. It's the three squares we're looking for here. I'm going to click on that, and there's a bunch of new stuff in BrandServe as of late, I should say, too. They've got a bunch of other templates, honestly, that you can use in terms of listings and stuff like that. So, like as always, do go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff. But what we're going to do is we're going to click on latest campaigns, and then we're going to click on COVID right here, the second square. It says COVID. From here, there are, like I said, a bunch of things that you can download here. Again, these social thank yous, these are what we already have loaded into Schmidt Resources with a little bit of an easier download. They do have some virtual backgrounds you can download for Zoom, as you can see on my screen right now. If you see me, I'm in the Parks and Rec conference room from the TV show. Carrie, I can see, is in the Coldwell Banker office. So you can download a couple of backgrounds here, but what I want to focus on right now is this kind of second row here, this bottom second row, for the hometown hero. So if we click on this, basically this is a template that the brand has used that or created where you can thank somebody as an agent, as an office in your community for what they're doing to keep everyone safe, keep society kind of thriving or still going at least. And I've seen this used for an agent has used it for one of their kids who works at one of the grocery stores right now. I've seen people use it for firefighters or cops that they are family friends with, and it's someone who had a nurse in their family. So it really is multi-use. And the nice thing is that you can see here they've got a vertical version. If I go back, they have a horizontal version, so top and bottom or left and right. And if this is something that you want to create, all you have to do when you log into CB Exchange, into BrandServe, is you click on Customize right here. And it's basically going to ask you, what do you want to add to this? So whose name do you want to add? Whose photo do you want to add? What's their title? You basically fill out the information, and they will generate the graphic for you. So customization name right here, this top thing is just for you. This is just sort of your organizational sort of name for it. So I could just call this like BlueSync test May 14th, right? Like this part of it is just up to you. Then you can select the orientation. So you can pick, like I said, either the horizontal one or the vertical one. I just picked a photo of myself off my computer, so we're gonna go with horizontal for the sake of it. Hero image, you do have to have an image ready of them. I was doing some tests with this yesterday. Let me find the test one that I want to use. So I got this one of me and my dog that we did at our Homes for Dogs shoot a couple of years ago. So I'm just going to drop it in right here. I'm going to drop it in, and you can see that it is attached right here in the segment. And then I'm going to go to hero name. So these following boxes, these three boxes right here, are going to correspond with these three lines over here on the image. So obviously what you put for name is going to go for name. What you put for occupation is going to go for occupation. And what you do for city-state is going to go for city-state. So I'm just not even going to put my own name in there because that's not cool. John Smith, I'm going to do, let's just do a nurse for the sake of it, instead of doing police officer. Nurse, and then we're going to do hometown right there. And then we're going to add our DBA. So all of the DBAs across the whole Coldwell Banker company, nationwide company, are available here. So you just want to make sure that you use yours. So I mean, if you start typing it in, Premier Properties will show up. I can see it right down here. I could go to Sunstar, and there it is right there. I could do AJS. So basically, I mean, look for the logo that you're going to use. I'm just going to use actually Schmidt Realtors for the sake of it. Schmidt Realtors. And then this is a big thing, make sure that you have the rights to the image. So if you're kind of borrowing it from someone on Facebook, make sure you have permission for that. If you're going to, basically don't just Google search an image and pull that down, because if you don't have the rights for it, you can't use it in a graphic like this. So make sure you have permission to do it. And then you're going to click Generate Proof, this bottom button down here. And then it's basically going to give, it says, it might take a few minutes, but honestly, it's already done. So what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to click View Proof right here, and it's going to show you what your image looks like. Now, one thing I want to point out, first of all, I should have made this more about Gus than me. One thing I want to point out, this text right here is pink. That is only on the proof. That is only when it's kind of it's basically showing you, hey, this is the text that you edited. Make sure it's spelled right. Make sure you've got the right information there. So it's not going to show up pink in the final product. So make sure everything is spelled the way you want it to be, and then you can X out of that. And then you're going to click the little checkbox next to it. Click on Add to Cart. And if you did want to change anything, you could have just clicked Edit, and you could have gone back and changed any of the text or anything that you wanted to. So now it's kind of in your cart. BrandServe does use this kind of cart system. So you could go back if you wanted to and find another graphic. You could go back and create 2 or 3 at the same time and then download them all at once. It's whatever you prefer to do for your workflow. We're going to click Continue though. We don't really have anything that we need to do here. You don't need to add a message or anything or email anybody. So you just click Place Order, and it's going to download the graphic for you. So it's going to say done. It's going to say checking for asset file, which means there we go. That's what we were looking for. See how it says download file? All we got to do is click on download file, and boom. When I check my computer, whoops, that's a different image, obviously. When I check my computer, here it is, the graphic that we made. And you can see, like I said, the text here is white, like it showed up. So, one quick thing I want to point out in terms of the graphic itself. You don't really have the ability to change what part of the image gets cropped. You can see how here the top of my head was cut off and the bottom of the chair was cut off a little bit. We don't really have the capability to change that through BrandServe, so just make sure that you have an image that's sort of central in terms of where the person or where the subject is, and then try, just try a couple tests, right? So that's why that proofing section is great, because you can go, oh, this photo doesn't work really well. I got to find a different one to try. This is completely free. I know that the cart system and checking out can kind of be make it feel a little bit like you're purchasing something from the store, but you're not. You are simply just, creating a graphic and then downloading it to your computer. And then once you have this, you can go to social media, you can put it in a newsletter, you can really leverage it however you best see fit for your community. You can post it in, if you have a local community group, there's a lot of, we've talked before about informed groups or community groups of things going on in your region, in your local community. You could share it there. You, as an agent, you could share it on your social media. You could, like I said, leverage it however best you see fit. So if you guys have any questions, that's basically it. If you have any questions, please write them in to the chat. I want to go through it one more time real quick, just to, I screwed up my Zoom screen, so I'm trying to figure everything out. I'm going to show you guys one more time the steps just so that you know how to do it. But again, if you log into CB Exchange from the brand and you click on BrandServe. Now again, your icons might be in a little bit of a different order than mine, but you're looking for the one that says BrandServe and has these 3 squares. You're going to click on that. And then it's going to, again, there's a bunch of stuff here in BrandServe, so seriously, take a look and see what else is available here. They are also adding some holiday graphics, just like we have on Schmidt Resources. So they also have some Instagram stuff down here, some Instagram story stuff. If you use Instagram, check those out. Kind of fun stuff there. But we're going to click on Latest Campaigns. We're going to click on COVID. And then we're going to click on the COVID Hometown Hero. And the image that you're looking for is with the police officer and says Hometown Hero on the image.